You see a big one, that's his mother trying to find her because he can't sleep. In any event, this is one of the few parks in Pennsylvania at sundown all humans must be out of this park. It closes down to humans to prevent contact with the species of bears that are involved here. There's a lot of them. So far this year, the park rangers have done a great job of keeping the species separated. This area is called Hedgehog. This is where the tracks of the Lehigh Valley and New Jersey Central Railroads ran side by side at the same grade or level. The former New Jersey Central roadbed is down the biking trail that you see to your right, and it runs over 20 miles to Whitehaven. The name Hetchel comes from Hetchel's Tooth, the mountain formation on the right across the river. The Lehigh River on the right side of the train is a popular adventure for thousands of visitors a year. The river flows 109 miles into the Delaware River, and it's known for its numerous Class 2 and Class 3 rapids. During the warm summer months, it's not at all unusual to see dozens of rafters and kayakers enjoying trips down the Lehigh River. Besides rafting and kayaking, the river is also a popular fishing location with a variety of species including trout, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, carp, and catfish. I'd like to bring your attention to the right side of the train across the bike path. You'll see a depressed area. You're going to see areas like that on and off all the way on out to Penn Haven. That's a remnant of the old canal system that was here long before the railroads, but disappeared shortly after the railroads arrived. On the left side of our train, you're going to see what look like telephone poles. Some of them still have the glass insulators that are so prized by antique collectors on the crossbucks. You also see a lot of copper wires hanging down that are left just as they were cut back in 1949. The Jersey Central Railroad alone had over 400 telegraphers working on their line. And don't forget, 2 railroads operated here. We're on the Lehigh Valley track right now. The old bike path here is Jersey Central Railroad. So there were a lot of these telegraphers working. But in 1949, the lines were cut, telephones took over, telegraphers retired, and what you see here is history that's looking you right back in the face. We asked the park rangers how these things could still exist, and their answer was opposed. They claim what's in this park stays here.
How much?
That's what they try. You see, that's what the boat is all the way up here.
Oh yeah.
That's not there. 45 minutes on the parkway.
I'm not that athletic. I don't want to do that.
So what? I want to see the train.
That's nice. Over there. Top. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm just tired.
There, it's nice. That one. Those
In a few minutes, our train will enter one of the sharpest curves on the whole line. It's called Oxbow Curve. The boaters on the Lehigh Canal named it because they thought it looked like a yoke that oxen used to pull wagons or other heavy loads. The track there forms almost a half circle. About halfway through the curve, we're going to pass underneath what looks like a footbridge. It was actually an oil pipeline suspended above the track in the Lehigh River, running about 450 feet across. It was one of the original pipelines in the country, and it ran between Oil City, Pennsylvania, and Linden, New Jersey, but it now carries fiber optic cables. Coming up, Oxbow Curve.
I might take a nap.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, but I came
Our
here for
train's
this.
approaching the
I
old
don't
oil
wanna
pipeline right
pick
now.
it
You
up.
can see it out the right side, and we will pass right underneath that.
Here comes the curve.
Yeah, okay.
I think you guys make it if you walk across. They also have their one of those old train tracks where you can ride, like they have in Cape May where you would ride on the seat. Yes. You sit in the seat and you paddle. It's really fun.
You sleep. You know, it's more nicer if the leaves are still there.
Yeah, I'm just going to sleep. Sorry.
Yeah, I wish I was able to catch it. Maybe early November. Or I think it's early November. Maybe October, like here.
It is very nice.
As we continue on our trip to Old Penn Haven, you may notice on both sides of the train mile markers. These markers, like milepost 124N that we're approaching, is on a signal mast. It indicates that we're 124 miles north of Reading Terminal in Philadelphia on Market Street. On the left side of the train, you're going to see black numerals on a white background. That's Norfolk Southern's measurement. They make theirs for Penn Station in New York City.
Oh, I've been there. Penn Station. That's where we ride to Boston.
That's why I take Amtrak. You take Amtrak before?
I think Amtrak. Basta we ride at the Penn Station in New York. I think it's Amtrak. How come there's no train going to New York from our place?
From here, there's something. Oh, you're big Eddie Junior.
Coming up across the river, you might be able to see the area where Bear Creek empties into the Lehigh River. Bear Creek is a favorite for those who enjoy fishing for Pennsylvania state fish, the brook trout. Lehigh Gorge State Park has a rich history of natural beauty. It's been through much growth over the last 2 centuries. The 6,107-acre park stretches from the Francis E. Walter Dam in Luzerne County to Jim Thorpe. It's characterized by the state as a deep, steep-walled gorge that was carved out by a river. Thick vegetation rock outcroppings, and waterfalls. 20 miles of the D&L Trail traverse the gentle sloping pathway into Jim Thorpe. Besides hiking, biking, rafting, and fishing, Lehigh Gorge also offers outdoorsmen a number of hunting opportunities and photographers with hundreds of locations to capture the magnificence no matter the season.
Did you hear that, Shane? Did you hear the Shane she just gave us? Very excited. Are you going to enjoy it? You're an Ontarian.
My partner is sleeping. Someone's biking. Wow. Bike trail. Hey.
Coming up on the left side of our train as we near our destination You're going to see a very small waterfall. It looks like it's coming straight out of the side of the mountain. This small stream runs from the depths of the forest and travels directly underneath the tracks, emptying into the Lehigh River. What makes it unique is that even on the hottest and driest days of summer and the coldest, most brutal days of winter, this creek never runs dry. The water is pure and it is ice cold. That'll be at track level on the left. We're approaching it. Don't blink or you're going to miss it.
That's what you deserve. I don't care. See. We'll change it. We have to see all the documents. What are we trying to do? Hey, Zoo is always a good place for this group. What zoo? We haven't done this before. My daughter's school takes the kids. What? Cape May.
Remember, I said this waterfall was small. We've reached our destination, Old Penn Haven, also known as Penn Haven Junction. One of the most desolate spots along the rails, located about 7 miles north of Jim Thorpe and 5 miles east of Weatherly. The wide area that we're passing through was once an important location on the canal system and later on the railroad. At one time, this junction was the intersection for a canal and 5 rail lines. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, small railroading community thrived in this area, but it was only accessible by foot, boat, or rail. Once the train comes to a complete stop, passengers seated in a standard coach may get out of your seat and either push or pull the middle of the seat to change its position for the return trip to Jim Thorpe. If you need help, and you might, because some of these seats are stubborn, one of our car hosts will help. This is not a passenger stop. No passengers will be permitted to leave the train here. What's going to occur is the engine will cut off.
Oh, we forgot. You should get a coffee
down the
before
left
we
side of our train.
ride
As
a
we sit
train.
down, the engineer will be at eye level. The conductor will be on the front of the train. He'll pass us, cut in on the south end, back up on the main, couple up, perform a federally mandated brake test. As soon as the conductor is pleased with the air pressure on all the cars, we'll be on our way back to Jim Thorpe.
That's nice.
Get a photo with me.
It's nice. It's nice with like.
Let's get a photo together.
Where?
Together in the
With
photo.
this?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How do I do that?
You have to stop the video. Pause the video.
No, I
Okay, you
don't
want
wanna
to flip your
use
seats, now's the time to do it. Remember, we have a couple of these seats in these old cars that are stubborn. They might not flip. So just give a holler for the car host.
Straight up.
Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe. LEHIGH Gorge Scenic Railway.
Yes.
Just goes to see back from this side to this side.
Oh, yeah. I see 3 more. Oh, come on. You guys did. I know you do a snip thing.
Do you want to switch sides so you're not going backwards this time?
Huh?
Do you want to switch Sorry, so you're not going back.
It's alright. Do you want to switch?
Up to you.
Here, we can switch for now. If you want. So I can have a video on this side. Oh, you mean there's no other turnaround? It's the same? Okay.
Oh, that's better. I need to distract.
Okay, we're all settled. That engine will be passing shortly, and as I said before, the engineer and the conductor will be at eye level. So just please give them a wave when they go by. And this is where we're supposed to make a little small talk, but it's not that small. Everybody, we have never had a trip when somebody didn't ask us, what in the world is mock chunk? What does it mean? Who came up with it? Sounds like somebody with a mouthful of spinach trying to talk. But it's not. It was the Lenape Indians that came up with it. And it is Lenape, it means mountain of the sleeping bear. That's the literal translation of mock chunk. It is referring to Bear Mountain, which is the biggest mountain in town. You can't miss it. You go back in, you get off the train, look around, you'll see it. That's Bear Mountain. But the big question comes to mind, how did they come up with Mountain of the Sleeping Bear? We couldn't figure it out because it doesn't look anything like it, a sleeping bear. So what we did was one of our guys flies, and he went over that mountain at 2,000 feet and said it looks exactly like a bear that's cuddled up in a fetal position sleeping. Now the next question that comes to mind is how'd they do it? They didn't have airplanes that I know of. I think the Red Men would have won if they had planes. And they didn't have balloons. But they had something we never thought of. Peyote. If you smoked enough of that, you could see anything you wanted. And who was going to argue with it? Nobody. There's Lenapes that are going to warpath in a minute. So it remains. Bear Mountain. There. Now you know what mock chunk means.
Actually, we might be going backwards this way, so I can switch with you when we go. So you're not.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for now.
Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah. So I'll sit back there again.
Oh, I think it's gonna turn around like this, so it's fine. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, let's take our Amtrak to like Boston or something. I never been
You
to
wanna
Boston.
go back to Boston?
I never been to Boston.
Yeah, there's place that I didn't go yet because when my husband having a training, I don't want to go out by myself, so I didn't. And when I went there, it's winter, so it's cold. So I didn't really. Yeah, if we have to schedule ourselves like we have 6 days off, then we can go.
Have your attention,
Boston
please.
and whatever
Our
nearby.
custom is to
Just by
recognize
train.
people's birthdays and anniversaries.
Like everyday
on the train.
difference.
Oh, there goes a
city or
hand up.
state.
Bob, you missed one. Where are you, ma'am? Okay, we'll get you. Hang on, stand by.
No, I didn't pay.
Did you use the bathroom?
No, I didn't. I didn't feel like going yet. Okay, I think I have to pause it. It's not.